No, last meeting, we had 7 cents on the bill, based on what was originally projected as, reduction in consumption.
7 cents?
Correct.
Increase?
Correct. And then, if you recall, we asked to pull it off to review the numbers because the numbers would come through based on numbers from DWSD. This number only reflects the potential increase from DWSD. So what we're taking into account now is that there would be a reduction in consumption. We'll have to deal with that some way if there is a reduction in consumption based on less revenue, which potentially we could, if we have to fund balance or reduce costs in some way.
So Detroit's raising ours almost $1.
Yes. 12 cents.
Oh, 12 cents. Oh, I see, it's 2. Freaking out for a minute. I'm looking at it like being $1, and I thought, okay, use 12?
So 12 cents, which is about, Jen, you said 8% increase?
Okay,
In the
12 cents
12
is,
5.4.
12 cents is better than
$1.4.
$1.
Okay, next is the hydrants, gates and valves, and there's like 2 of these items that are similar.
Yeah, well, 8 should have been before 7, but I think.
Okay, they go in based on value, I guess, so,
Okay.
so you know.
Okay, so, okay, we'll start with 7, and that's just for motion to approve the hydrants, gate valves. We started doing, we're gonna start doing some flushing, and I think last year was the first year we brought it forward, and they estimated about 30,000. And we found that 35,000. I'm sorry.
35,000.
25,000. Then we asked for an additional 10, which made 35,000.
35,000 what?
And that wasn't enough?
25 wasn't enough. Came back, got another 10
For
for hydrants.
oh, number 8.
That's number 8.
Yes,
Are we talking about 8 or something?
we were talking about both actually.
Yeah.
Well, we had in our system to go. We wanted to amend it portion because number 8 will take us till June 31.
What's that
Okay,
gonna take us to?
I got 8 up there
That'll be
right
for the next
now.
fiscal year.
I've got 8 up there
Oh,
right now, that
gotcha.
finishes us out through this year.
That's correct.
And then there's 7, which is for next
We
year.
don't expect to use the entire amount, although we are supposed to be $4,000 over. Correct. 29,000.
What are these for though? That's what I was asking.
Oh, this is for the hydrants, gate valves, and all
Any
the.
hydrants around the city that
Correct.
just need to
And
be
any other
repaired
components,
and.
associated components.
That's all I was trying
Okay.
for sure what we were doing.
Who's testing those now? Is it DPW or fire?
Water.
Water?
Water department does it, correct. They've done it some time.
I have a question.
No, fire did it some time ago, and they were back some years ago, and water's done it.
I meant to call you because I just noticed it, and it was the first time I'd ever seen it. The carnival that was at St. John was hooking up to the fire hydrant and like hosing something down, like machines or something. I mean, is that typical?
No, it's
I
not.
saw them hooking up a big
The
blue.
only people supposed to be tapping into the hydrants are the fire department.
That's what I thought, and I'm sorry I didn't call, but I sidetracked.
Yes, if
So-
they're,
We do have
They have to
PRVs that
unmute
we rent out to during construction sites, however, obviously they were tapping into the main or to the
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how exactly would we charge them for
fire
the
personnel
water?
only.
isn't there a meter that we can,
Correct,
Right, right.
the PRV, yeah.
so we have to make sure that hydrant's flushed out, because if it's not, water's left in it, it'll ruin it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so we need to check it.
This for.
Where was that at?
Right on Telegraph, right on Telegraph in front of St. John's, where the carnival was.
Just for the Relay for Life, they had
They're
two,
putting it over
they
yesterday.
had 2 dunk tanks there and fire assisted by going out with an engine and filling them up.
No, they were hooking up a hose and looked like they were hosing off some equipment.
All right, whatever.
So that was probably not St. John's, but probably the carnival.
It was the carnival, yeah. It was the carnival.
So we're $10,000
So that should be, next time you see anything like that, you call the fire department.
Sorry.
We
Yeah,
should
okay.
send the
I
bill
meant
anyway,
to, and I
see if they
forgot.
can.
Yeah, because we don't know, I mean, that's part of our water loss.
Okay.
So how much are we short right now? At 8, since we're doing
We're
7.
about $5,000 short right now.
Okay, so we want 10,000?
Correct, we've asked for 10 days to June 31.
Okay. Why are we short of what we anticipated? Is something very unusual happening?
I'm sorry?
Why are we short from what we anticipated? What we planned to spend?
I believe last year is the first time that they brought this forward. They've always just purchased the equipment and the components.
And not ask anyone to approve?
Right, under $2,000 at a time, so they're just know that we're gonna spend obviously more than $2,000, so we took a crack at it and
So
estimated.
previous to you, they just bought these and didn't bring it forth, is that what you're saying?
They did, this item that we brought forward for the amendment was brought by former.
Correct, last year.
Oh, okay.
We just,
So last year was the first year it was brought forth, is that what you're saying? Okay, so, okay, I'm okay with that, but also if we're done with that, I have another open business.
On water, okay.
The
Are
fire
we
hydrant.
good with, I'm sorry, are we good with number 7 also?
Well, yeah,
I'm sorry.
well, 7 is next year's budget for the same thing, right?
Correct, so now we're asking for 40,000, because that's what's taking us to the June 30
Okay.
month, we believe. So we're gonna ask for, we may have to come back and ask for more, but we are gonna start the flushing, program, so we might run into some more,
So,
issues.
yeah, in combination, so you can add up that, you know, we're talking with fire and with water. There's 3,800 hydrants citywide, I think it is. So we haven't really had a good, we've had a maintenance program, which is we check, make sure that they twist off, we put a fresh coat of paint on them, we check the chains, but we haven't done a pressure test and flushing system on those. So we want to start to do that. We've talked with whether fire can assist in doing some of that in time through the process. But as we do that, we're going to run across bad hydrants. That's what's coming from the water department. And those are $10,000 a piece. Is that,
I mean, a whole replacement would be that,
Right.
$7,000, but we're hoping just to be able to replace some components and continue on.
right. And the hope is, again, we'd rather catch those now, not when a house is on fire and we can't use the hydrant or
Sure.
something to that effect, so.
Okay, we're gonna go to 9 now. 9 is a license agreement. Go ahead.
Please. A few meetings ago, you told us we had a fire hydrant, I think it was in Eureka, that had been hit,
Correct.
and that we were gonna have insurance cover it later, but we needed to put the money for it. I've heard since that that was not the fact.
We didn't know whether there was an incident report on it or not. The chief went out.
I thought you guys told us we were gonna go ahead and pay it, we should be getting something back from the insurance. I'm sure we had lengthy discussion on it. And then since I've heard that, I mean, I understand if there's not coverage, but I think we could have just brought it back to let us know that, that's
Well,
fine.
I didn't have any knowledge of, there was an incident report that there was an actual accident there. We do know it was hit. So I know I didn't bring forward the fact that we know that there was an incident report or an accident report for it. However, we did say that in the event that there's an accident there and there's a report on it, then we would go after their insurance.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm okay with getting it fixed regardless, it has to be fixed, that isn't my issue at all. But I do remember, and I remember it being, I'm not saying the exact words, but it was basically said that there was insurance and we would go ahead and fix it, and then when the insurance came through, we'd get it. Because I also had a resident, I guess, that was here, that I'm sure you got emails, and everybody else probably did too about it. So we just wanna try to be careful, be clear, so that the resident doesn't think that we're.
Well, if I misspoke, I apologize.
I'm not sure who
I don't
exactly, I
recall
can't tell you who said it, but I do remember the conversation, so then we've had several emails on that. So I'm just saying we need to be clear with them. If we're not sure, just say this is something we have to fix it regardless, if there's any insurance or not. I mean, there's no doubt. But then if they think that, then they're asking you, do we get that insurance money yet? Do we get that?
well, I think what was, and again, I vaguely remember it, but I think what you said was we would pursue.
Correct.
And I don't know what pursuing. I mean, obviously we pursued it and found out there was no incident report.
Right, had we found the incident report, we would have been able to go after the insurance.
Right.
But at
And
that
that's
time,
on-
but then.
Same thing with the streetlights.
Right, but at the time when you brought it forth and said it, I'm sure myself and maybe some other people didn't understand that there was no incident report. You understand what I mean?
And at that
So
time, I
they-
did not know.
Right, so if you say there was an accident there, we'll be exploring the opportunity to get insurance money, then we're presuming there's an incident report, is all I'm saying. So then
I'll be a
residents
little
think
clearer
we're gonna
next
get the
time.
money, so. And I understand we have to fix it regardless, I just don't want them to think that. And they ask, do you get the insurance money yet? Oh.
Not, just a question, there's a hydrant on the other side of American House on Gully. Has that been fixed? The sign is gone, it says it's out of order, and it's been out of order for a long time.
That was correct, yes.
That has been correct.
That has been correct.
And thank you very much.
Okay, next is 9. This is the Norfolk Southern Railway Company